Welcome back to another episode of Helix Amps Revisited. Some of my favorite amp models that we have in our Helix and HX Stomp are the ones based around Vox-style amps. And of those, the A30 Fawn is a really interesting amp model. Today, we're going to revisit this. And I'm going to have a free preset available at my website below. It's a single snapshot, kind of edge of breakup tone. And this is extremely similar to a snapshot from my full-featured A30 Fawn Ultimate preset from the Line 6 Marketplace. That one's going to be multi-snapshot with a full array of effects built into it, really just ready to go for recording or for live work. And I really enjoy that preset. Later in the video, I'll play you a full demo video of the various snapshots from that full Ultimate preset, utilized together in a mix so you can kind of hear what it sounds like when used with the different effects and the different snapshots. But without further ado, let's head over to HX Edit and take a look at what this sort of stripped back, simplified version is. I'll play it for you. I'll show you the settings I used, what's involved in it, and I'll play a little bit with it with some various guitars, and hopefully you like what you hear. If you do, the links are below to both this free preset and the full-blown Line 6 Marketplace preset below. Without further ado, let's head over to HX Edit. All right, so here we are over in HX Edit, and we're taking a look at this JS A30 Fawn preset. This is the push one snapshot, extremely similar to what you will get in the full-blown Ultimate preset. Starting at the end of the chain, my typical chain that I like to use, I have the LA Studio Comp set up with a peak reduction of 3.5, gain of 5. I get a lot of questions as to how I decide where to set the peak reduction. It's just so that I get the amount of gain reduction from that compression that I'm after. And it's really not a lot, maybe a dB and a half at most. And that's going to be also dependent on how much signal is being fed from, let's say, the channel volume or any of the effects blocks before it. So in this case, I had it set up there and it just gave me that nice little bit of compression that I like to have at the end of the chain. I have my normal parametric EQ here, really not being used for anything other than a low and a high cut at 100 hertz, high cut at 10 kilohertz. Again, folks ask me, why do you put it there? It's nice to have it in there if I do want to make an on-the-fly tweak. I don't have to go back, rework all of my blocks. I just have it there and I can make the tweak, but a lot of times it just doesn't get used. The dynamic ambience reverb, I have it at some of my favorite settings here. Room size of 12 meters, pre-delay 3 milliseconds, the mix around 40%, shape is at late 50, and that was giving me what I wanted for here. I have my little low and high shelf set up. I have the low frequency and high frequency both set at 650 hertz. I'm a little more heavy-handed with it in this preset, pulling all the frequencies below 650 back by 2 dB and boosting all the frequencies above 650 by 4 dB, and that gave me kind of what I wanted. The cab I chose was a 212 Bluebell of the newer cabs we received in firmware 3.50. 160 ribbon mic on the cap edge, 2 inches back. No low and high cut because I dealt with those over there. And the settings on the amp, we have the drive at 5. We have the bass at 6. Cut is at 0. Treble at 5. Presence at 5.5, channel volume at 9, master at 10. I don't believe I touched the deeper functions down here. 5s across the board except for bias, which is on 7. So let's do this. Let's turn off our sweetener blocks except for our dynamic ambience. And I'm playing my Gibson SG. Off to the neck pickup. So that's what it sounded like without any additions to it. Let's bring that compressor in. It's going to be very subtle. Little volume jump there, but I'm not concerned about that. That's an always on thing for me, so I just leave it as such. Bring in our low and our high cuts here. Cleans up a little bit of that bottom especially. Gonna help that to just sit in the mix better. And then where it's really gonna come to life is with this low and high shelf. So what I've done here is I've set up a second snapshot where I've disengaged the low and high shelf, the parametric EQ, and the compressor at the end. And so you can kind of go back and forth here and hear what these little sweeteners have done when we switch back to snapshot 1. So here it is with none of the effects. Keep your eye up here at the little snapshot box to know when I'm switching. You'll hear a little bit tubby and maybe a little bit muddy, lacking a bit of clarity on this. Back to that neck pickup. Let's try this with a Strat style guitar. So now I have my Vigier Expert Strat style guitar. I'm on the bridge pickup. So let's listen to this without any little sweetener blocks. With a neck pickup. Back without the sweeteners. Again, maybe lacking a little clarity and a little bit tubby and muddy. Move over with the sweeteners. So much nicer there. Let's try some P90 pickups. Here I have my killer little Les Paul Jr. Again, let's go without the sweeteners. And then with. So I was really liking what those little blocks did to our tone. All right, so there you have it. That's what that sounded like, that stripped back single snapshot preset. But now I'd like to play you the full-blown demo video of the full A30 Fawn Ultimate preset, which is available at the link below at the Line 6 Marketplace. And here's what the various snapshots from that sound like together in a mix. I hope you enjoyed that. Again, the link is below for the free presets available at my website that you heard today. And also the link is below to the Line 6 Marketplace full-blown A30 Fawn Ultimate preset. If you're so inclined and you want to grab a copy of that, help support the channel. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Please like the video, share it with anybody you think would get some use or enjoyment out of watching it. Also, please subscribe to the channel. Hit the little bell notification to get notified when I put new content out. I'll be back really soon with some more. Thanks again so much for sharing your time with me. Ciao for now.